Starting at number 5 spot, we have Defender and Trap Master. The Defender class has one of the most useful skills in the game, especially in solo versus duos. Because recently the number of charges has been increased, now you can get 2 transform shield, which gives you a huge advantage during fights. Defender is one of the most toxic class inside Battle Royale. Using the Defender class is not easy, it requires a high skill level, and a sense of positioning. For instance, opening the Defender class while climbing upstairs or climbing a steep hill will not work. In Defender, you can deploy a transform shield that will temporarily blind enemies for a few seconds. The Defender has one of the strongest secondary perks in the game. It reduces the damage of a player, incurs from all sources, except gunfire by 25%. Overall, Defender is a quick and reliable option on many situations. It helps so much when you are pushing in the open field. It also helps in taking cover in open fights and sudden attacks. On the other hand, Trap Master is one of the OG class in the Battle Royale mode, and is one of the favorites for gamers in solos and squads. In Trap, the tripwire will trigger a declaration zone. When an enemy gets too close, this zone will slow enemies inside and cause damage also. Sometimes the tripwire will explode. This explosion will cause damage, and a deceleration effect for a short period of time. A full charge skill sets up to 4 traps. Players can deploy the tripwire in position that have strategic significance, then ambush enemy caught into the trap. However, it has proved extremely difficult to counter this class, if you used it correctly and timely. While deploying traps, players' movement speed is also increased, which you can use as an advantage during fights, or to get out of the zone quickly. Overall, using traps will provide you many advantages in Battlefield, so you can definitely play with it. Coming at number 4 spot, we have Ravager Launcher. Ravager is one of the most toxic class inside Battle Royale. In Ravager, players will be able to deploy a time-limited sentry turret that automatically attacks enemies within range. If the turret line of the enemy is blocked, it will automatically lock on the enemy once they are back in range or line of sight. When upgraded, the sentry turret fires high damage missiles, capable of locking onto vehicle. However, you need to keep in mind that these turrets can be destroyed by the enemies, so make sure to deploy them at sneaky position. It makes impossible to push your enemies with a vehicle, unless you take out the launcher first, which usually reveals your position also. This class is very effective in counter enemies' hover bikes, cars, helicopter and many more. Overall, the Ravager class is a great addition in Battle Royale, which is very helpful in open ground fights. Coming at number 3 spot, we have Trickster and Igniter. Trickster without a doubt, one of the best solo classes to use in Battle Royale. The main goal of this class is to confuse and distract the enemy, and it is usable in almost all situations. The active skill Create 2 holographic, that runs in different directions to confuse enemies. The movement speed is also increased while using it. Sometimes enemies will shooting the decoys, and give you all the time to kill them. The passive skill called Alert, that extends your range of hearing by around 10 meters, and enemy footsteps show on the minimap at the greater distance. Overall, the Trickster class is a great choice for players who want to confuse their enemies and deceive them. This class is very helpful in solo versus squad. On the other hand, Igniter is one of the most overpowered class in Battle Royale. This class is absolutely unstoppable in this season. In Igniter class you have a tinder bag, a bag that is full of tar, that you can use to ignite, and make fire. When enemies run into your tar, it will damage and slow them. It will also increase your movement speed, and reduce damage intake on fire and explosion damage. Igniter is a prime class to counter enemy attacks, because it gives both speed and damage at the same time. The other big advantage while using Igniter class is, once you turn it on, no one wants to come close to you, or chasing you. Overall, the Igniter is a great choice for players who prefer close-range combat and stealth tactics. Coming at number 2 spot, we have Ninja and Pumped. Ninja is still ruling the Battle Royale. Since its addition to the game, this class remains the best class in the game. Due to its unparalleled mobility, players can easily get on top of building, or escape from tight situations with the Ninja's grappling hook ability. Ninja allows the players to send out a hook that will latch on and pull the players to that location. It can be locked on up to a range of 40 meters, which is never changed. The Ninja class passive ability is Dead Silence. This ability makes the player's footsteps completely silent, allowing them to move around the map without being detected. It also removes the footstep markers on the minimap. This increases your ability to sneak around and surprise enemies with flanking maneuvers. This is extremely important in the high skill bracket, in which players use headphones and listen to footsteps. You can hook to a tower or any tree, then you will be able to glide. It can be used to surprise the enemy, or to move further distance. On the other hand, Pump is undoubtedly the most versatile class inside Battle Royale. The Pump is the only class that is easy to use right from first drop. Pump is a great class. In Pump you have the ability to jump up high, and takes higher grounds during fights. It actually gives you an upper hand while fighting. While using Pump, you have been always a difficult target to shoot for the enemy. With the help of Pump, you can do air strafing, you can be able to glide to go further distance, and you can also use it on zip lines, to go all the way up, and surprise your enemy. Overall, Pump is the most versatile and easy class to use in Battle Royale. You can counter every class and every kind of players while using Pump. Finally, coming at number 1 spot, we have Rewind. After so many nerf, Rewind is still good inside Battle Royale. It can counter every class and all kind of players, if you use it correctly and timely. In Rewinder, you can change your position if you feel you're in danger, according to your situations. The Rewind class ability is called Rewind. This ability allows the players to teleport back to their previous position on the map, along with health and ammo, to the state they were in at that time. It is especially useful for retreating from dangerous situations, repositioning after taking damage, and healing quickly. After activating class skill, it increases your movement speed, and health will be reset. As a Rewind user, it is very necessary to upgrade the class, because after the upgrade you'll get 1 extra charge. The other big advantage of Rewind class is to take dog tags easily from very critical situations. Overall, this will be critical during gunfights, and will definitely give the user an upper hand during fights.